Hi, Matt Gilbert here. What would you think if I said that anxiety isn't real? Think about that for a moment. Anxiety isn't something that you can test for. You can't have a blood test. Somebody can't look at your head and say, oh yes, you're anxious. All anxiety is, and I've treated thousands of people for anxiety, all anxiety is, if you simplify it and take some of the drama away from the name, it's just a collection of thought processes and physical sensations that are not working properly. Simple as that. Don't let anybody tell you that anxiety and panic attacks are permanent, because they're not. Because there is a time in any anxious person's life where they were not anxious, but either something triggers it or it's a learned behaviour. There's lots and lots of ways that anxiety can start. But generally, when it does start, it's pretty much impossible for the individual to get rid of it on their own, because they're seeing the world through their anxiety. They have the fear, for example, of panic attacks or lots of the strange things that can go on physically. Lots of people come to me after 5, 10, 15, 20, 30 years or more of struggling with anxiety themselves, and they've either got nowhere or it's got worse. Because often from the inside, for the anxiety sufferer, from the inside, when they begin to challenge their own anxiety, anxiety takes an even more firm grip on their otherwise healthy thoughts and processes. And once that grip starts to tighten, anxiety grows into panic attacks, and it lasts longer and it happens more often. It's like the anxiety, those processes that are going wrong in there, they really take quite a nasty grip. So what do you do about it, and how do you actually get rid of anxiety? Well, the thing is, you've got different parts of your mind, and these days we fully understand anxiety. We know where anxiety lives, for want of a better word, in the mind. Because we know where it lives, we know how we can manipulate it. But that isn't something that somebody is ever in a million years going to be able to do for themselves. Because, as I've said, when you start to challenge it internally, its grip tightens, and you are likely, unfortunately, to make things worse. That's what you don't want to happen. I see people who, they get delivered to me by their family. They're shaking, they're crying, they're having a panic attack, they're out of control. I see that kind of thing all the time. So don't think, this is one of the traps that anxiety leads you into. Don't think, my anxiety is so bad, I can't be helped, there's nothing that can be done, I've tried to do this, and I've tried, I don't know, meditating, and I've changed my diet, and blah, blah, blah. Fine, all those things are good, there's nothing wrong with trying. But as individuals, it's nearly impossible for us to change our own mental processes. Anxiety is quite an acute condition, really. It isn't mental illness, but it is a serious misfiring of what's going on in the mind. So professionals, we're trained, we know how to deal with this. So instead of suffering and struggling for years and years and years and years and years, isn't it a better idea to spend 3, 4, 5, 6 weeks with a professional and get the anxiety gone? So the question is, what would it mean to you to get rid of your anxiety? And an even better question is, do you enjoy your anxiety and panic attacks? Of course not. So use the logical bit of your mind, the bit that makes good decisions and holds on to them and acts on them, and make a decision that you don't want anxiety. You don't have to come and see me. As I say, there's millions of anxiety therapists out there all around the world, wherever you are. But if you don't take action, don't expect anything to change. Find yourself a good therapist with a good track record, somebody who specialises. If you don't know anybody in your area, drop me a message. I've trained hundreds and hundreds, as I've said, so it's highly likely I can point you in the right direction. We're all here to help. We just want everybody to be well, and everybody deserves to be well and to be happy and to see the back of anxiety and panic attacks. Look after yourself, because nobody else will. See you soon.